Greetings, YouTube. I've done a couple of videos the last, couple of years on how I believe that 5 stars are not dead. How I believe that you can still clear all sorts of content from the toughest content. We're talking about Act 7, Act 8, the Gauntlet, the Abyss. The list goes on and on. Now, I will say the two most popular arguments to that argument, which I think are credible, the health and attack pools of 5 stars make it more difficult to win, specifically in Alliance War and Battlegrounds. And while that's true, you can have a 5-star, especially a 565, 6200, say Rintra, that can make some people sweat if they don't have the right counter. Or an Ebony Coleslaw. Or even somebody like a future Ant-Man that's new. Maybe an Adam Warlock. Maybe a Shocker. Maybe, just maybe, an Omega Cheeks, an Iceman. You name it. Certainly a Korg. So yeah. 5 stars are still relevant, but that's not the title of this video, is it? No, the title of this video is dealing with a star below 5 stars. That's why we're talking about 4 stars. Now, here's my new tradition. Now, I'm not expecting those of you watching this to share in the biggest first world problem that I've experienced this year. It used to be the gold. But, you know, when you have 300 million gold or 700 million gold or 600 million gold, at this point I've got 742. It all just kind of, it's the same, you know? It's just a lot of gold that you're probably never going to be close to spending no matter how much you try. Again, first world problem. But I would say entering 2023, I had about 300 Tier 4 class Catalyst crystals, which is a lot. But you could easily go through 300. It's not as much as you think. And because of so many incredible opportunities for Tier 4 class Catalyst selectors, the cheapest in some ways being the trophy tokens in the Battleground store, but you get them now in 7-hour events, you place in the top 10%, 22-hour events, multiple different threat levels and side quests. So I haven't needed to open a Tier 4 class Catalyst in quite some time, and I started with around 300 in 2023. I am now at 802. I have about 500 more in the past 6 months. That is fairly amazing. More so, though, what I'm learning about now is that if I don't check my catalyst, this will happen. You can see that I have 2, 4, 6 catalyst in my overflow with a mutant 7 days away. Now, this used to be a pretty easy decision for me. I would just do the featured store, which used to be 3 for 1. Now it's 2 for 1, which is better, but still not worth. I still wish you could do 1 for 1, but I doubt that'll ever happen. You can take in one of these, trade in 2 colors for 1, but of course it's not a selector, which it should be. That's a black ISO store improvement that would really help. No, it's still just a crystal that has every class but the one you traded in, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So what I'm going to do is twofold. Or actually, technically it's threefold. I am now going to look at my 4 stars, and I'm going to think, all right, in regards to Ascension, which I still think Ascension eventually, we'll get the details maybe by the end of this year, or maybe we'll have to wait till next year. Kabam keeps being real shady with it. But essentially, I think you're going to need to max rank and maybe even max sig 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and 6-star champions for Ascension. Now, maybe it won't be that much, but that's what I would plan. Certainly 4, 5, and 6. So what I like to do is I like to go to my 4 stars and say to myself, who's a champion that I really want to ascend someday as a 5 and 6 star? And looking at this right now, there are a number of good candidates. But one of them that's super underrated, that I hate fighting in Battlegrounds now, is Longshot, who, by the way, is also available, or at least could be available soon as a 7-star. Right? So, I've got 3 Tier 4 Mystic in my overflow. I'm going to immediately use those 3 to take long shot to rank 5. So I am going to look at my 4 stars with thoughts that maybe, just maybe, and I do use the 4 stars for the Summoner Trials Arena, so it's not like this doesn't have any direct use at all. It does. But at the same time, I'm thinking ahead to the future of the contest, and I still think that this is going to be something that I'm thankful for. Now, I am going to show you all, by the end of this, something that I am spending my units on, which is a much smarter investment than crystals, unfortunately, because crystals are more fun. All right, so claim the max, and now we have dark blue and green that we can look at for the same. And I think it's fun. It used to be so hard to get these, and now it's not hard at all. Internet prices. And there are several that I'm going to look here, but Nimgod, for the life of me, I think, how have I not ranked up this guy before? Now, I've got all of the materials pretty well except for Tier 4 Basic. And so that's something that I think is worth mentioning for the best value in the rank up store. And I always like to put my units where my mouth is, and I'll be doing that very, very soon. And you can see I haven't ranked up a dark blue champ, a tech champ, in a while because I've got so much tech that's about to expire, which is another friendly reminder to not have that happen to you before. Now, you can see that I am just burning through right and left Tier 4 Basic. It's kind of alarming how much I'm burning through them. But not to worry, because again, this is where I am staring at my unit stash, and I also think to myself, you know what? This is one of those things that I used to spend 200 units per night on the Paragon Crystal versus the Mythic Daily Special. But now that you can get both through the Kabam store, I'm saving 200 units a night. So I am going to go to the Rank Up store. And I am going to, you can purchase unlimited number, purchase should I do a full 25? Yeah, what the heck. 500 units worth. And that is not even 3 days of what I used to spend on Paragon Crystals. But to save those units and to put them in a Tier 4 Basic makes so much sense. And now, the last rank up can be the third and final, of which, who knows, maybe Ascension I will thank for quite some time. Now, I've got a bunch of options here, but Human Torch, again, I can't explain why I don't have Human Torch upgraded yet. He is obviously one of my top 2, sometimes number 1, most used 6-star science champions, next to Scorpion for number 1. But the fact that I haven't ranked him up as a 4-star until now, kind of surprising and very confusing. And yet, I am utilizing the soon-to-be-expired Tier 4 class Catalyst, along with the cheapest rank-up material in the rank-up store, and that is the Tier 4 Basic, which used to be like $30 for one, and now 20 units is essentially pennies on the dollar. And I am so pumped that I'm able to now have still more Tier 4 Basic in my overflow than I would have otherwise. It's just a really, really smart decision, really good move, and something that I think, as I continue to talk about the future of the game, and yeah, it's easy to talk about 6 stars and 7 stars, it's videos like this that I think are going to mean the most to me. If I end this video very soon, we can get it under 10 minutes and avoid those triple ads, so we're going to stop it here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.